Someone showed up at the airport in rugged boots, torn denim, and a loose hoodie, the kind of look that says effortless traveler, confident, cool, maybe even calculated. But that confidence vanished fast. At security, the boots had to come off. Tight laces tangled, the metal tips set off the scanner, the hoodie caused another alert, even the belt buckle drew attention. In minutes, what looked comfortable turned into a slow-motion disaster. While everyone else glided through the line, they were stopped, searched, and swabbed. Bags opened, pockets emptied, flight boarding. By the time the checkpoint cleared them, the plane was gone. No refund, no real apology, just a harsh reminder. Airport security doesn't care about fashion, only how easy you are to process. The truth is, what you wear can make or break your travel day. If you've ever stood barefoot on cold tiles, waiting while your name echoes over the loudspeaker, this isn't just another travel tip video. It's your do-over. Hit subscribe and let's fix this together. Today, we're revealing the travel outfits that quietly sabotage your airport experience and how to choose ones that get you through faster, calmer, and with fewer hands in your luggage. Most people think it's their bag that gets flagged. It's not. It's their shoes. Lace-ups that take too long to untie. Chunky boots with thick soles that need extra screening. Sandals that leave you exposed to wet floors, metal edges, and airport bathrooms you wouldn't step into barefoot by choice, but might have to. The metal inside certain shoes doesn't just set off alarms, it slows everything. You're pulled aside. Again. Belt off, shoes off. Awkward balancing act. You bend down. Everyone's watching. The scanner resets. Your bin is now behind 6 others. And here's what almost no one talks about. In an emergency, fire, evacuation, sudden reroute, your shoes become your gear. If you can't run, pivot, or move quickly, you're at the mercy of the terminal's worst-case scenario. A good airport shoe isn't about style. It's a tool. You want something slip-on, secure, low-profile, no hidden metal, solid grip. The kind of shoe you can wear for hours, take off in seconds, and move in when it matters. It's not about looking good. It's about not getting stopped and being ready when things go wrong. And still, most travelers show up in the worst possible option. Not because they're careless, because they've never been told otherwise. Most people never think about their socks until it's too late. Airport floors are cold, damp, and layered in what hundreds of strangers dragged in before you. Then comes security. You take off your shoes, step onto that mat barefoot because you wore slides. You're in a rush. You don't think twice. 3 days later, you're sick. Low-grade fever, stomach off. You blame the airplane food. But it wasn't that. It started the moment you stepped onto that TSA floor. Socks aren't just a fashion afterthought. They're a barrier, a filter between your skin and whatever's lived on that vinyl for the past 6 hours. Now add this. Circulation. Cabin pressure causes your legs to swell, especially on long-haul flights. Compression socks reduce that risk. They keep blood moving. They protect against clots. Most travelers never pack a second pair, but swapping socks mid-flight, it's a cheat code. You'll feel sharper, cleaner, grounded. Small move, big shift. In a world of airport chaos, socks are the most underestimated protection you have, until they're not there, when it matters most. Shorts feel like freedom until you're 32,000 feet in the air, teeth chattering, and stuck to a seat you now realize hasn't been sanitized properly since last Tuesday. The cabin's cold, always colder than you expect. The kind of cold that settles in your knees and doesn't leave until you land. And those faux leather seats? You're sitting on germs with nothing between you but a paper-thin layer of cotton. Then there's perception. You think you're dressing for ease, but suddenly you're the only adult in shorts during a delay, surrounded by business travelers and families who, whether they say it or not, are quietly asking, "Was this your first flight?" Pants aren't just warmer, they're smarter. Stretchy joggers move with you. Soft chinos breathe and stay clean longer. Tapered cuts with natural fibers mean fewer pat-downs, better comfort, and no dragging fabric in airport bathrooms. And skip the wide-leg pants and rompers. They look relaxed, but fight you every time you sit, stretch, or try to reach for your boarding pass without flashing someone. Wearing shorts on a flight? Don't just suffer in silence. Hit subscribe, or drop your pain in the comments with the tag, "Why did I wear that?" Misery loves company, but wisdom travels better. No one talks about underwear at the airport, but on a plane, it becomes the one thing you can't escape. Cabin pressure does more than pop your ears. It inflates your body, slightly, uncomfortably, enough to turn your snug underwear into a seatbelt around your organs. Tight bands, lace edges, synthetics that trap sweat and stretch oddly after a few hours. What felt fine at 6 a.m. turns into a private torment by cruising altitude. Shapewear? Forget it. Compression has its place, but not when you're stuck in one position, dealing with pressurized bloat and recycled air for hours. What works instead? Cotton, merino, microfiber that breathes, moves, and forgives. Natural fibers help regulate temperature, reduce friction, and stay fresh longer. And here's what smart travelers never skip: the backup pair. One fresh set in your carry-on, in case of turbulence, in case of coffee, in case of anything you didn't plan for, but will wish you had. Because discomfort is quiet, but it doesn't go away, and it has no mercy at 37,000 feet. Most travelers overpack. The smart ones layer. At the airport, your jacket isn't just warmth, it's strategy. A well-layered outfit replaces pounds in your suitcase with pounds on your back where they don't get weighed. Start with a fitted t-shirt, add a breathable sweater, top it with an outer shell that can take a hit. Dark color, wrinkle-resistant, and spill-proof, because someone's drink will find your armrest and your arm. But here's where it gets smarter. Zippered pockets, real ones, not decorative flaps. Each one is an upgrade to your carry-on. Snacks, chargers, lip balm, passport, backup meds. Your essentials travel on your body, not at the bottom of a bin. It's not about fashion, it's about friction. Reducing how much you touch your bag, your seat, your neighbor. And when the cabin gets cold, which it will, you control your temperature without asking for another recycled fleece airline blanket. Layering isn't about bulk, it's about precision, and it's one of the quietest travel hacks that only experienced flyers get right. What you wear doesn't just affect your comfort, it changes how people treat you. There's a quiet pattern that shows up again and again in airport Reddit threads, travel forums, and cabin crew confessionals. Neat dressers, simple, clean, unbranded, get fewer questions, less hassle, and sometimes unexpected perks. We're talking skipped bag checks, polite nods from TSA, and even upgrades offered without asking. A traveler in a neat, neutral outfit has been mistaken for airline staff. One even got access to the business lounge because gate crew assumed she was a junior pilot. It's not magic, it's psychology. Clean shoes signal you care about detail. A basic fit with no aggressive logos shows you're low friction, high efficiency. Security officers read you as safe before you even hand over your passport. First impressions don't end at job interviews. They begin at gate A12. It doesn't take long for the wrong outfit to turn on you. That waistband that felt snug in the mirror, it becomes a vice once you're seated for hours with cabin pressure pressing in from all sides. Synthetic fabrics, they trap heat, hold odor, and leave you sticky and restless. Then there's the seams and buttons that seemed harmless until you're shifting every few minutes, trying to escape a waistband snap pressing into your skin, or a stiff seam carving into your lower back. The fix? Before travel day, put on the outfit. Sit in it. Really sit. In a chair, knees bent, back straight. If anything pokes, presses, digs, or rides up, it's going to feel 10 times worse at 30,000 feet. Planes magnify discomfort. Your clothes shouldn't be part of the problem. Sometimes the attention you get isn't the kind you want. Travelers who show up in ripped jeans, metal-studded jackets, or spiked jewelry often find themselves in the random screening line again and again. There's no official dress code, but stories stack up. Black nail polish, a skull hoodie, even certain band tees seem to trigger closer inspection. And not just from TSA, you get second looks from fellow passengers, side glances from gate agents, and even, sometimes, selective enforcement from customs. It's not about erasing your style, it's about knowing when to dial it down. Multiple seasoned flyers say they started dressing neutral and saw the pat-down stop. If you've ever been randomly selected while dressed like a rock star, maybe it wasn't random. Hit subscribe and stay off TSA's radar.
Some accessories don't just slow you down, they call you out. Chunky jewelry, metal trim belts, watches, even AirTags can quietly betray you to airport scanners. Suddenly, you're the one being waved aside. But it's completely preventable. Keep a slim travel pouch in your hand luggage. Before you ever reach security, drop every metal item inside and send it through on its own. Smooth, simple, silent. And if you travel with a medical device, don't wait to be questioned. Tell TSA before they ask. Carry your documentation or medical ID card. It saves time, spares you discomfort, and keeps the process respectful. Each airport has its own rhythm. What passes at JFK might raise alarms at Heathrow, so play it safe. Glide, don't stumble. You can't prevent turbulence, delays, or that dreaded middle seat, but what you wear, that's 100% within your control. Dress strategically and travel transforms. Less hassle, fewer surprises, more comfort. Sometimes even a subtle nod of respect from the crew. You're not just picking clothes, you're setting the tone for your entire journey. Control the little things and the big things start to feel easier. If you've ever been asked to remove your shoes, your belt, your jacket, and your pride, you already know. Sometimes your outfit becomes your worst travel companion. It happens all the time. A shiny buckle, synthetic fabric, or bold accessory can trigger scanners, attract attention, or simply make your trip miserable. And when you're shivering in seat 34B beside someone eating tuna salad, you start wishing you'd chosen differently. Let's revisit what veteran travelers have learned the hard way. Shorts? Regret begins when the cabin air hits your knees. Tight underwear? 4 hours of silent suffering. Rompers, wide leg pants, shapewear, TSA roulette. Heavy jewelry and air tags, tiny metal headaches in disguise. Wrinkle-free, layered neutrals, that's your armor of calm. Neat, understated outfits, sometimes they open doors or upgrades. Loud, chaotic looks, expect extra screening and extra stares. Your outfit isn't just fabric, it's a signal, a story you tell before you say a word. Now it's your moment. What's the one outfit disaster you'll never repeat at the airport? Or maybe you've mastered the secret formula, a go-to combo that makes every flight feel first class. Drop it in the comments. Someone's packing for their next flight right now, and your story could save them from repeating your mistake. And if you've ever stood barefoot on cold tiles, clutching your belt and your dignity at TSA, you already know what comes next. Hit subscribe, or risk reliving it all over again.